People who say that, oh, why do you make such a fuss about Christianity? Why don't you just let people be? You know, there's a lot of reasons why. If they let other people be, maybe it wouldn't be such a thing. But anyway, here's another example of the harm that is caused because of this religion. Never mind the harm it causes against gay rights or women's rights over their own bodies. It is killing children, and something needs to be done. And I really agree with the message of this video, so I wanted to post a few clips.
The reason I'm bringing this story up is because I just found out about this, and this is where you're going to get mad. This is where you're going to have your jaw drop, because I certainly did, because I just found out about this today.
Last night we had the latest on a story we first brought you 2 years ago. It involves our investigation into a religious group right here in the Treasure Valley. Members of the Followers of Christ rely solely on faith healing when it comes to medical care. Since our last report in 2011, 9 more children in the church have died, most from what appears to be curable sicknesses. Brian Moran covered what, if anything, is being done to protect the children in this fatal faith investigation.
Peaceful Valley Cemetery sits outside Caldwell. Members of the Followers of Christ bury their dead here. It looks like any other final resting place until you take a closer look. Out of the 553 headstones here, 144, or 25%, mark the graves of children. Ada County Coroner Erwin Sonnenberg has done autopsies on children in this church dozens of times.
How could somebody allow that to happen, to their child when they could be taken care of so easy?
The children were born into the church. There are 4 of them around the valley, and members refuse medical care. They rely exclusively on faith healing. Some of the recent child deaths are Arian Jade Grandin, just 15 years old. The autopsy report shows she got food poisoning and vomited for 3 days. Eventually, her esophagus ruptured. Then there's Garrett Dean Eels. He died of pneumonia at just 6 days of age. And Cooper Shippey. He almost made it to 2. He died of complications from diabetes. There are 6 more children we know of who've died here in the valley since July of 2011.
It's a very, very hard thing to deal with, knowing that, one trip to the doctor and the child would be living today and be perfectly fine.
The problem, according to Sonnenberg, Idaho has religious shield laws on the books that protect parents who withhold medical treatment from their child, even if that child dies. Look at 1815-01. It says any person who willfully causes or permits a child to be placed in a situation that its person or health is endangered could spend up to 10 years in prison. But it also says prayer or spiritual means alone shall not for that reason alone be construed to have violated the duty of care to the child. Sonnenberg believes it's time for a change.
I did not know about this. I did not know that in certain states there are actual laws protecting parents who kill their children under certain circumstances due to their religion, because they practice faith healing, because they prayed for their daughter, their son, rather than take them to an actual hospital to get help. I had no idea that this existed, and now I do, and now I'm sharing this with you because I want you to be aware of this, that this is an ongoing problem, and that unless we stand together somehow, some way, and I don't live that far away from Idaho because I live in the state of Washington. I'd be fucking willing to go to the state of Idaho to appeal this legislation. I'm very ignorant when it comes to politics and how laws work and how laws are put into place and how to get laws to be banished. But if anything, I don't know how many states have laws like this, but if there's more than one state that has this law in Idaho, we need to somehow combat this. I'm serious, because this I don't even know what to say. I mean, I can sit here and rant about how this is a bad story, about how this is child abuse, how children are dying in the name of religion because parents are so stupid enough not to take their child to the hospital. But that doesn't do anything. That doesn't solve the problem. How are you and I going to actually tackle this issue? Because if there's laws that protecting faith healing, protecting parents who harm their children, then we need to step in and somehow try to get this legislation removed and put something into place. Because this is not
that
right.
Mr. Repzion lives in Washington State. Yay, go Seahawks. Yes, I live in Washington State too. A lot of atheists that are on YouTube do. I think it's very cool. Anyway, I agree with him 100%. And I think something needs to be done. I think that legalized murder is wrong.
Is child abuse. This is murdering your child. You're taking the life of an innocent human being because you're too stupid and too ignorant and too sucked into your religion to think like a normal person would do. The normal love and care that they have for their child. You would think as a parent you would want the best for your child, and if your child is dying, that you would try to get them the proper care. But no, Idaho laws protect these parents who do this.